Good morning, good morning. How are we all doing today? Welcome. Welcome to another daily live trading video. Another live stream, day trading. Today is December 17th, 2025. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. Market opens in about 3.5 minutes. And we're going to see how it reacts today and see what trades we can take and get into. It is a Wednesday. Markets have pushed up overnight from those highs of 613.50 yesterday at market close. Pushed up to 615.12. Now showing very bullish trend to the upside. But it did get rejected off of this moving average. So we'll see if this goes down, if it continues to sell off, or does it pass this moving average and push up. Bitcoin also pushing up today, overnight hours, all the way back up to 87.9. Having some trouble holding at that level. A lot of consolidation in that level from yesterday. It did surpass that 45 EMA, which it's having some trouble getting above the last few days. But now trying to get back up. Seeing some support around 86,000. So I want you to be aware of that. But also some resistance at 88,000 and 89,000. Moving average is right around that 89,000 mark. So we'll see if it pushes up and gets rejected like it has before, or do we get an aggressive sell-off? But looks like it is very bullish today. All right. So markets are getting rejected. It is below that moving average. Hope you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. Guess I forgot to ask. Sure you can. All right, markets are open. Markets are open. Nice. Looks like we might get some more selling pressure. See if we get a bounce off of this level or bounce up, or if it's going to push down more. Bitcoin pushing up. Just going to set our alert on MSTR because Bitcoin alerts are way too much spread out. Look at that, 88,700 and then 87,000. It's like way down here. QQQ pushing off of that level. See if it holds. Here we go. We're gonna get a break below. Open pushing up. Sound also pushing. Could get rejected off of that level. LUNR pushing up as well. SoFi pushing up. Nvidia selling off pretty aggressively. Lululemon selling off. Apple pushing higher. Google selling off. Tesla pushing higher. We'll see if it holds. If it holds, we can get some more upward momentum, just like yesterday. Very choppy, but stayed above the moving average. Drops below the moving average, we can get some selling pressure today. Love to see MSTZ gap up even back to 15 if MSTR decides to sell off. It is possible. Wouldn't mind getting another run on Bitcoin. QQQ. Is it going to sell up? Looks like we're going to get some continuation here. Nice big sell-off. QQQ selling off aggressively. Should bring Bitcoin down with it. Gonna buy 50 shares of MSTZ. Now that it did break that support level. MSTR should follow. Ooh, nice big sell-off by Bitcoin. This is nice. See if we could hold. NASDAQ officially going red here. So we'll see what happens if this, I kind of called this that it would get rejected off of this moving average. Doesn't have to keep getting rejected, but it can make newer lows. Has gotten rejected off of this level before. And it could recover. It could recover very easily. So we're going to be very patient and aware. It was very choppy yesterday. But this is the first sign of an actual sell-off this morning. So that's good for us. There we go, MSTR selling off, pretty good. MSTZ is up. Right, MSTZ. We're up a few dollars, nothing crazy. Playing with yesterday's low, bouncing off of that 14. Could have done a better job buying at 14. We'd already be up $40. I believe this can go up more, so we're going to add more to it. Again, should have added down at the low or at MSTR's high up here on this reversal. That would have been nice. Catching a nice downside. Could have already been up a very nice amount. Could have been up $45 or so already. But still early, still got the day to play out. Do believe Bitcoin can sell off a little bit more. QQQ selling off even more. Love to see some more selling pressure here to the downside. Bitcoin. Trying to see if we could stay above this moving average. That'd be very nice. Stay above the moving average, we can get a nice Gap up. Another leg down by Bitcoin. No point in forcing a trade here. Just doing our part by being patient. Up almost 1% here on the day for this trade. Another leg down. Being patient. This thing can run pretty nicely today. Back up to 15.15. That would be nice. About $1.50 per share. $1 per share. I'd love to see more selling pressure. This thing could run up even to $15 would be nice. Again, making sure to buy above that moving average. About 50 shares of MSTZ at 14.56. And then I bought 50 more at 14.70. 14.56, 14.70. So I should have averaged around what, 14.60, 14.64. 14.64 is my average. So that's my moving average right there. Very nice. Could actually do this too as well. Chart settings, cost basis, 100 shares right there. 14.64. Bitcoin's still selling off. Means MSTR will follow. Hope to see a nice big leg down by Bitcoin. That'd be very nice to see. Right back down. Be nice. Doesn't have to happen. Just like that, we're in the red again. Just got, my position was too high. Too high up of a trade. Should have traded the reversal down here at pre-market. Got a few shares, but I wanted to wait for confirmation that it was above this moving average. So there's nothing wrong with waiting for confirmation. Another leg down by Bitcoin. Love to see it. QQQ. Still dropping. Already back down past pre-market levels and overnight levels. See if we can get another drop. And there we go. Nice big red candle to the downside. Should bring everything else down with it. Crypto included. MSTR included. There we go, up $20. Now I've had a real problem with selling too early the last couple days. Friday, locking in $50, I could have made closer to 200. Monday, locking in $30, could have made 100. Yesterday, locking in, uh, what was it yesterday? $32, could have made 100. So trying to be patient, but also not trying to give back all of my profits either. Love to see another big leg down by Bitcoin. Bring MSTR down. We're at $30. We're going to sell half right here at $30. There we go. That's 2%. And I'm happy with 2% profit. Not trying to make a killing here. I just hate for this to recover. So I could potentially bounce right back. I could always get back in too, so we're going to sell right here. I'm happy with that. There we go. I'm happy with that. We were able to catch that on the live stream. If it goes lower, obviously we could buy more, but looks like Bitcoin could potentially bounce back up. If it does bounce back up, we could buy again and get a nice sell-off again on another trade. But we're not trying to force anything. We're just trying to make sure that we do a good job by playing our part in locking in profits. And there goes, Bitcoin is trying to bounce back up from these levels right off of that moving average. Doesn't mean it has to, but it could. Sold 50 shares of MSTZ up here at $14.94. And then we sold another 50 shares at, I believe, $14.92. So $14.94, $14.92, right on that little curl over. Now I did that because QQQ is trying to find that support right around this level, so we'll need to see a lower low on this level. But it's bouncing right off of 608.89. 609 basically, bouncing right off of that level from yesterday. It had a lot of consolidation in this level yesterday, and as soon as the markets sell off is just as quickly as the markets can recover. Same with Bitcoin. Just as easily as Bitcoin can sell off, it can recover all the way back to where it was and some. So you don't want to get caught being up 2% and then down 2%, right? Or get nervous because, or get frustrated because you were aiming for a specific goal of the day, right? 50%, $50 or $100 when you had 30. You know, $30 is just as good as 50, especially if it turns against you and your trade comes all the way back down, right? I could have gave back all my profits instead of having $30. You know, I could have literally been up, what, $5 now? Literally back to zero break-even dollars. So it's important to understand when to lock in profits, when the trade setup is there. This is still a good trade setup. I just got in a little too late. If I could have got in right here, 14.25, and sold where I did just now, you know, that would have been $67, almost $70. So I need to make sure that I'm aware too that look, I got in a little too late. I left some profits on the table by getting in late, and that's okay. Take the what you can. Take the trade that you can take. Doesn't mean that we can't trade again. We can still trade again when Bitcoin shows sign of more selling pressure. But if it doesn't drop below this moving average, then we're not going to see any selling pressure, right? We need to get it below this moving average. It needs to come back up and retest it as a resistance, and then we get a nice sell-off. Stays below this green line, we get more selling pressure. But right now, Bitcoin has been doing a great job by keeping itself above the moving average or above water, which is nice support. Bouncing here, pushing up, coming all the way back down to retest and pushing up. So I bought Bitcoin at these oversold levels to short it down to this moving average. And look, full recovery. MSTR may even make a full recovery. Doesn't have to, but it can get pretty close. So when this decides to break these levels again, well, then I can get into another position on MSTZ. Still did a great job doing my part by locking in profits way up here. And look at that. A very simple move up. Now you'd be down $20. So instead of being up 30, you're now down 20. And that's, that's the reality of it. Look at that. Look at that freaking move. Boom. Skyrocketing. Skyrocketing. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here. 1.98%. Should have screenshotted it earlier when it was up higher at 1496. I gotta do a better job of screenshotting my videos, my trades, but still a very nice trade. Now how much can this pump? Right? How high up can it go? I'd love to trade this again on that downside, because just as high as it can go up, it can go down. QQQ still not able to recover as much. It's trying to, but it is having a hard time recovering. Bitcoin's up $1,000 in one green candle. Look at that God candle. All because it confirmed the bullishness of it right here on this level. Imagine getting stuck in this trade. How frustrating it could be as a trader to go from being up $30 to now down $30. Even yesterday, I was down $75 from all of the choppiness yesterday. And I had a full recovery. I broke even, and it pushed up even more. So it's down 75, and if I would have just waited, I could have been up 145. So that was a $200 swing, right? $200 move. So that would have been very nice to capture. Now with this overbought reaction, will we see MSTR come down a little bit and we can capture another big trade? It's possible. Or MSTR pops up. And there we go. It looks like it's going up even higher. That is amazing. Huge, huge green candle for Bitcoin. Look at the 1 hour. Right back up. And see, we've had those green candles before. We've also had very significant red candles right after. It wants to hold at this level, but will it? Doesn't mean it has to hold at that level. So that is no longer important. And I only have the red line there to showcase where it can go. And when it is in fact time to short, look at MSTR. It's not going up any higher. Even though Bitcoin shot up, this isn't going up any higher. I mean, it's going to try to now. Doesn't mean it has to, right? We could still get rejected off of this moving average very easily. And that's what I'm waiting to see. Can we get past 170, 150? It's possible. Bitcoin's still pushing. Beautiful. Beautiful. 3%, $5. Always traded this as well. You buy the sell-off and then you buy the rally. Even $5 per share on 100 shares would be 500 bucks. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Let's see, it's just kind of coming down. What's up, cutie?
I'm gonna be
Where are you gonna go?
I'm gonna go get her those shoes from grandma's and then
Oh.
take her to school.
Oh, okay. Love you. Have a good day. Nasdaq market is recovering. Let's see how quickly of a recovery we get. And does it actually push up or does it begin to sell back off? So we did a great job capturing a nice little trade today. Wasn't anything too crazy. We didn't make a ton of money, but we're still green. Could add it to the bank. If this begins to have a hard reset though, I'll buy some more down here again. Looks like Bitcoin is getting weak. Let's see another big leg up. What would be the news on this? Doesn't really have any news. It's crazy, right? I could have been down $65. Could have been down $65 very easily from this little rally here. I want to short MSTR so bad right now because Bitcoin is so high up. Right back up to these levels. We'll see, does it get rejected? Or is this jump even higher? I had no signs of it selling off just yet. Looks like it is going to push even higher. Back up to 90s maybe? This will have to come back down at some point. It's just as fast as it can go up, just as fast as it can go down. I want you guys to be aware of that. 1 hour time frame. If it passes this moving average, we can get even more bullishness. $89.85. But I'm thinking it's going to get rejected right off of that 90. That moving average is at 90 and 100. 90 and 100. Doesn't have to touch it, but I think it can get very close. It already did get very close. Just as fast as it can go up, it can sell off. That'd be another $20 right there. Big overbought reversal here. We're gonna buy another 50 here. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. We're gonna buy another 50. There we go. Now our new share price is down here at 14.25. Nice rejection off of that. Here we go. I'm trying to get back all of my profits here. Let's see if we can get nice reversal here. Gonna buy another 100 shares. Get a nice little red candle for a retest, buying 50 shares at 14.23. At this overbought levels, buying another 50 shares at 14.15. Go, come on. I don't know how we were at 2% a minute ago, at 30. Now we're at 1%. And just like that, we gave back all of our profits. See what happens. Bitcoin just hit 90,000. MSTR went to 50 and we're negative now. $90.01. Big green candle. Wow. It's just like that, giving back all of our profits. Trying to be patient here. Let's see, QQQ. Trying to recover, but having a hard time recovering for the overall NASDAQ market. Bitcoin could just come down just a little bit more. Yep. Might just have to take our loss on the day as this pumps up. I was hoping for a very strong rejection. And we could still get one. Doesn't mean we have to though. This thing could continue to pump. I think a lot of people are realizing it is overbought though. Even MSTR holders are realizing it's a bit overbought. There we go. Let's get some more selling pressure. Nice red candle. Let's get a little bit more. Yeah, crazy being up $30 or 2%. That's what I'm thinking. It ran all the way up to test this moving average and it's getting rejected. See if it continues to get rejected. Nice big leg down. Been live for 40 minutes. Come on, fade away. Nope. Let's see here. Really taking a chance here on Bitcoin. Overtrading is a real thing. There we go. Get a big red candle down. Love to see a big red candle down. To be up 30 and then be down is insane. That's the way it goes sometimes. Losing that steam. It's a little bit too choppy at these levels. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out. I'm gonna get out. $15. Took a risk. It was unnecessary risk. Trying to buy the overbought reversal here when we know Bitcoin could go up higher. Make it really go up higher. We did a great job on this trade. Here to here, selling, locking in what, $30, and then giving most of it back on this trade right here. Which is weird because $15 should be closer to 1%. $30 was already at 2%. It's very interesting to see it not correlating accordingly. I sold my 100 shares at 1406. Bitcoin at 90,000 and pushing, so yeah, we did a good job today. Not bad. Again, it wasn't $30, but we didn't lose money either, so I go ahead and sell our one lucky share and get out of this position. Hmm. All right, well, that's where we're gonna end the live stream here. Not too bad. Made 15 bucks today. We were up 30. Gave most of it back, trying to buy this dip on the oversold reversal here for Bitcoin. Doesn't look like we're gonna get an overbought reversal. I'm sorry, and it looks like it's gonna push higher. Bitcoin's now at 90,200. Now, if this does begin to come down, then we could always get back in and short MSTR. It's crazy because Bitcoin is pushing, but MSTR isn't reacting in the same way. There was a small push from 164 to 171 when it bounced off of 87 to 90, and now MSTR is struggling to get above, even 170 now. So very interesting to see, nonetheless. And yeah, here we go. Looks like Bitcoin is trying to come back down. And again, just being patient, having more patience could set you up better for success. And again, not a bad trade. We still in the green. I just gambled a little, I guess, and tried to make more buying the dip, which would have been possible. Buying that dip from 1420 back up would have been another 5% on top of 2. Could have very easily been, you know, $70 on top of 30, which could have been a $100 day. So we're going to do our part by keeping an eye on it. Could possibly buy more if it begins to go up, if Bitcoin begins to sell off. And if not, then hey, we did a good job by doing our part and at least trading it today. So appreciate your guys' time. Remember to smash that like button, and we'll see you all again for another day trading session tomorrow morning. Have a great day, guys.